Even though a lot of wrestling resembles two steaks being shaken in a Tupperware box, there's a lot of physical and verbal precision required to pull off those special moments that last for generations. Sometimes that happens, sometimes not so much, no, and wrestlers fall foul of a move leaving them embarrassed or injured or both. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and these are the top 10 worst botches in WWE history. Sin Cara, the one-man walking botchamania, defined his career by making an ass of himself in public. He proved that he didn't need opponents, at one point almost managing to pin himself by botching a backflip whilst alone in the ring. But the bad icing on the bad cake was when the faceless one broke his finger botching a suicide dive against Alberto Del Rio in 2013. What made the botch so bad was how he reacted to it, waving the referee over and calling off the match. Most wrestlers pride themselves on soldiering on with detached retinas or busted shoulders. Broken fingers are no joke, but calling off the match halfway through made this one of the worst botches of all time. Number 9. Papa Shango misses his cue. Oh, Papa Shango, you so racist. The voodoo priest was pushed hard after debuting, being booked to interfere in the main event of WrestleMania 8. Shango was supposed to run in and break up Hogan's pinfall to Sid Justice after the atomic leg drop. Shango missed his cue, forcing Justice to kick out of the Hulkster's finisher, which never happened. Then Shango arrived, looking apologetic, and quick tip, if you're gonna screw up, try not to screw up in the main event of the biggest pay-per-view of the year. Number 8. Batista botches something. This isn't a severe botch in terms of injury, but it's definitely one of the most embarrassing. It's unclear what was attacking Batista at this point, but it definitely wasn't Mark Henry. Perhaps it was invisible bees, perhaps it was ghosts, or maybe Batista forgot he was supposed to fall over and called upon the acting gods to pull him out of a jam. Smooth. You tricked them, Batista. You're a clever little friend. Number 7. Randy Orton gives it another go. Speaking of Evolution members, back in 2004, Rob Van Dam and Chris Jericho faced Randy Orton, Ric Flair, and Batista on Raw. Y2J had Batista in the walls of Jericho, and the Viper, then going through his legend killer phase that we all go through, thought, I do the RKO, yeah! And then he overshoots and falls on his ass. Oh well, thought Randy, in for a penny, in for a pound, take 2, and hits the RKO properly this time. Don't worry, Randy, no one saw. No one in the whole world saw. Number 6. Psycho Sid gives it another go. Sid Vicious, aka Sid Justice, aka Psycho Sid, always had problems talking. The words would leave his brain fine, but then they'd stop off for a few beers on the way to his mouth. A few would turn into a lot, and then the words would die of alcohol poisoning, and that's a Sid promo. His most famous botch was before his match at In Your House 5. He did this.
Well, the skeptics and all the people have a little bit of... Let me do this again.
Oh, it's live, Hal.
Oh, at least JR handled it like a pro. Sorry, Sid. Sorry, pal. Number 5. The worst chokeslam of all time. Hulk Hogan is older than the building I'm recording this in. He's older than pretty much all the computers. This was a cold reminder of his age. He was battling The Undertaker at Judgment Day 2002 for the Undisputed Championship, and the dead man went for a chokeslam. Either Hogan's ability to jump is diminished with age, or gravity is not a Hulkamaniac, because he managed to get a whole inch off the ground before Undertaker lowered him gently to the floor. But honestly, bless the dead man for attempting a cover after that. Bless him. Number 4. Joey Mercury's nose. Before he traded in his tights for the most adorable little child suit, Joey Mercury was a member of M&M with the world's prettiest man and the human scream. They were battling the Hardy Boys in a ladder match at Armageddon, and Matt Hardy leapt from the turnbuckle, swinging a ladder up into everyone's face. Jeff Hardy was fine, Johnny Nitro was fine, Joey Mercury was not. The ladder caught him full in the nose, breaking it in all sorts of ways. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Number 3. Triple H near breaks a man's neck. Not even the King of Kings is immune from a botch. Well, to be fair, Trips wasn't the one botching here, but it's fun to blame him for things, so here we go. He's wrestling Marty Garner on an episode of Superstars. Hunter goes for a pedigree, Garner thinks he's going for an underhook suplex and leaps way too high so that when Triple H drives him down, it's right on his melon. It gave Garner severe neck problems and he sued the WWE. The other guy in the match though? No one really knows what happened to him. Number 2, that shooting star press. You know the shooting star press I mean. The one where Lesnar concussed himself by almost, but not quite, landing the aerial move on Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. Look at him, soaring through the air with the grace of an eagle being snatched out of the sky by a screaming bear. Still, he finished the match with a severe concussion because Brock Lesnar doesn't play by human rules. Number 1, Owen Hart breaks Austin's neck. The move that shortened Austin's career. At SummerSlam 1997, he was facing Owen Hart in a Kiss My Ass match, let's not forget. For reasons known only to Austin and Hart, Owen scooped up the rattlesnake and went for a sit-out tombstone pile driver. Austin's head was positioned far too low and landed right on top of it, compressing his red neck. neck to near breaking point. He was briefly paralyzed, but still managed to win the match with, in the man's own words, the worst roll-up in the history of wrestling. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you can even follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.